Hello, good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Good evening. My name is Obindako. Welcome. I want to share with you. You only need one decision to be right. You only you only need one decision to be right as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who is bad in your business idea, as somebody who is trying to build what you may call business. There are a lot of people who motivating us to start businesses and to to give our goals a try, and they are cheering us on, they are pushing us, they are encouraging us. And sometimes when you look at their success, when you are far and you look at how well they are doing, and you don't get to know how they started, what they went through, sometimes you may think that when you start, you are probably an evil person, or some things are coming against you, and you may think that the way you started it is not the way it is. Very few people will be very much fortunate to get the right way to start a business. Most of us will go through the gutters, the punches. You will bleed. You will come to a stage you don't want to do it anymore. You come to a stage you feel like, "Oh, what am I doing with my life? Is it the right decision to make?" When we started, we made so many mistakes. We created so many problems and so many financial difficulties and stresses. Some of them we are yet to even get out totally because of how badly we started. We started on the wrong path in probably a wrong industry with very little knowledge, very little understanding. We just had ambition, we just had vim, just wanted to do something. You know, we're not waiting for anybody to help us. We just wanted to do something. We may not have been well prepared. We didn't know what we were doing, but that's all it takes. The vim, vigor, the exuberance, the buoyancy, the craziness to start a business and to put your idea, at least to give it a try. Even if it doesn't work, you tried it. And it's a difficult situation. It's a tough journey. It's bleeding. And when they tell people that, listen, if you want to do something, do it, right from the first stage, I can tell you that it's for employment, it's for job. When somebody has worked, when gone through the gutters for you, everything is collected. When they employ you, they give you an office, they give you a card, they put you in a nice seat, you give you a car, they give you a house, they promise you salary, your job was well defined and well cut. That's the place that you don't make mistakes. But when none of it is set for you like that, and they say that you tell yourself that you want to start a business, you want to start a business, you cannot shift that kind of, you cannot be in that kind of situation with the mind of somebody who has had a job, everything well defined, clearly set, and they are very much enthusiastic and exuberant, and they want to work. It's defined. Somebody has done the donkey work for them. If it's a business, we when we started, we I did not know that it was that much different. you know, I thought that it was just like having a job somewhere and doing it. And then after a while, it hit me that it's entirely different part, different situation. You have to think opposite the other one who has a job, who has an office, the work is done, is collected, everything is well cut. Those kind of people, you put on your tie, your suit, you go and sit in an air conditioning, and you are waiting for somebody to give you work criteria, and you're expected to deliver some milestones. Some people are marking you, you know what you're doing. When you start a business, it's not like that. It is rough, nothing is defined. And if you are very much clean and sure of yourself, you may not be the one to start a business, especially if you don't if you're not starting with a lot of money, if you're not starting with a lot of connections and networks, if you're not starting with a lot of skills and leadership abilities, and if you're not starting with a lot of managerial understanding, a lot of administration, you know a lot of people, those kind of things, then it's not for you. But the way I see it, most people with those kind of advantage may never be able to start a business. Because if you want to start a business, it is gutter to gutter. It is bumper to bumper, as they say it on the radio, and it is one stage at the other. You're going to make a lot of decisions, and I can guarantee you that a lot of them will go bad. A lot of them will put you into financial difficulties. A lot of them will put you into a situation. People will disagree with you. People will be mad at you. You'll be disgraced several times. You will feel like you are nothing. That is how entrepreneurship is. If anybody paints any other picture for you, and the ones that you are looking at them on the TV, that is not the full story. That is just the edited version of the whole story. The whole story is nasty. It's not something you want to be proud of. But every bit of it is what makes you an entrepreneur. You may regret some of them. You don't want to be, proud of some of the stories. You may have committed a lot of pain. You may have caused some people pain. You may have disgraced your family. You may have disgraced yourself. You may have, gone through a lot of nasty things. And you may have even destroyed friendship, family relations, put your credibility, the so-called credibility online. You may have been in all kind of situations, and they happened. And then maybe, I don't know whether they are not happening, but they are happening. So that is entrepreneurship. You are picking an idea. You have not done it before. You don't know. It's not the one that President Akufo-Addo is giving money for them, 50,000, 100,000, and say that they're happy entrepreneurs. So that's a whole different thing. I'm talking of somebody who didn't have any of them. You just had them. You finish school, they told you that you go and look for a job. You tried a job where nobody was giving you any job. And then you started to go for seminar. They told you that, listen, you can do something for yourself. And you were fired up. And maybe you went to declare fasting. You prayed for 20 days. Fasted for 40 hours or 40 days, and you were very much fired. It's like, this is what I want to do. I want to start a farm. I want to become a programmer. I want to start a shop. I want to start a business. I want to start a construction business. I want to start whatever that people start and say that they're doing business. What you see when you see them at least succeeding, what you're seeing is just an edited form of the story. The real story is that just about 1% of the decisions that they made all these were just about 1% worked. And the thing about it is that it doesn't matter how many decisions that didn't work. The most beautiful aspect of this thing is that just one decision that works can clear all the mess. And then you start to understand what you're doing. So when they are giving you all the pumps, they tell you write business plan, make sure that you have a capital to start. They tell you that, do it alongside. They tell you that get the right partners. All those things are nice. They are on the book. The fact of the matter is that no matter how much or no matter what feasibility studies, market research that you do on your ideas, okay, you're going to hit a lot of rocks. No matter which partner that you started the business with, some of them would quit when it is difficult. Those are facts of business, and no matter how much money that you started with, and you were very proud, you said that I will never borrow money from anybody. We have been disgraced so many times, borrowed money that we didn't have to borrow, took jobs that we didn't have to take, projects that we had no business going to negotiate. Some of them we went in, some of them with our money, some of them with people's money. We went in there, we destroyed everything, we disgraced ourselves, we came back with zero. Some of them you had money to go into the project. People promise you that this is a good project, we have the money, come and do it, we'll pay you on time. You go and you took them by their words and you entered the place, and later you see it, everything that you had was gone. And then whatever that you pick from other people, you gave them assurance. Sometimes you took it as a loan. You gave them promise. You're a man of your word. You're a man of your word. You say that, 2 a.m. I will work. I will send you the money. You were waiting for the other person to send you them before you send them. They didn't send you. And then you also didn't send. You said that, why have been disgraced? It's a difficult scenario. But that's how business is. All the guys that you hear their names, all of them, I can tell you, The idea that is sometimes even the very idea that that they started the business with, usually it's not even the idea that they become successful in. Most of it. Go and find out. Most great businesses that you hear, even in the right business environment. See, one thing about our kind of environment is that it's a jungle. Okay, it's a not it's not set up yet for businesses to succeed. That's the reality. You know, interest rate has been very high. Now it's going down. They took a lot of collaterals from you. When you finish school, nobody expects you to start a business. They expect you to go look for work, a job, and nobody expects you to fail. And yet you're going to fail several times. It's going to be that like they will even tell you if you knew that you were going to start business, why did you go to all this school? If you knew that you're going to do business, why did you go to school? You didn't need all this school. They will tell you all these kind of things. They don't mean anything. They are all part of the journey of doing a business. Because not many people, in all economies, not many people understand what it takes to build a business. And they say that just about 2 to 3% of the population understand what it takes to pick an idea with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, because that is what is going to cover the idea for it to become a business. You are testing the idea. You don't know whether it will work or it will not work. You don't know. You're just testing. You're just testing. But the thing is that if you put your energy in it, and if you understand the journey that you have taken, those things will reduce the burden. Most people who start business don't understand the journey. They don't understand all the things that will happen before the business starts to explode. Before the business starts to make sense to you. Before you yourself, you start to believe that business, that maybe it will work. There will be a lot. And the thing is that most of it is just a dream. And when you're dreaming, you don't know where you are. You're just dreaming. And so you are, what's the English word? You don't really understand what people are seeing. You are so much, your mind is like you have taken some drug or something. Everybody sees you as the thing that you're doing. It doesn't make sense. Every intelligent person sees you like that. They see that you are wasting your time. They see that you are not of yourself. They say that you are wasting. You're not thought. Your thoughts are not right. You cannot see. That's how it appears to a lot of people who don't understand what it takes to build a business. And so when all those people are looking and they are giving a lot of intelligent advice to you, the only thing that will keep you going is your dream that you're keeping dreaming, the dream that you're dreaming. You just enjoy the dream. Enjoy the dream. Because that's the only thing that is going to keep you to go through those things to get to a stage where the business starts to make sense to you. All right. So just one decision. Don't forget. Just one decision. You're going to make a lot of a lot of decisions that will come back and hit you hard. There'll be a lot of them. Sometimes you try about 10 business ideas, 10 businesses. Some of them will start to behave like it's working, and then something happens and it goes down. Yeah, they give you a lot of promise as if it's working, and then it drops. Sometimes you're so sure this one is going to work, and then sometimes you just put your money in and you lose it. Sometimes some people will give you promise, bring the whole thing, I'll pick them and pay you the next day. You bring it and they don't show up. Those are not demons. Those are all just what it takes to build businesses. So just one. You are just going, see, you are doing all those things to get to the stage that just one right idea will explode. Just one. You're going. So the thing is that you're just going. You just keep pushing. You keep pushing yourself. You keep going. And the intention is to just keep going and become better and continue to learn and have the belief that what you're doing is going to work, and continue to work, continue to learn. The losses will be there, the disgrace will be there, the pain will be there, the disagreement will be there, the doubt will be there. They will tell you all kind of things. Don't worry about them. If you want to build a business, that is the part. Just like anybody who wants to build anything, a lot of opposite forces that they will come. So, but what you really need is just that one idea, just one decision. And usually, I don't know why the world was made that way, but that one right decision does not come at the beginning. It comes in usually at the point that you are just about to give up. And then you start to see, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And then when that one decision is made, it starts to explode. And then you ask yourself, so if it was that, why didn't I see it from the beginning? All the errors, all the mistakes, all the disgrace, all the debt, all the painful experiences, all the disagreements, all the shame, they built a force. And that force came into a form of one decision, which was right. And that's why that one decision explodes like that. It did not just happen because it was just the right decision that you made. It's coming from everything that you ever tried. So that one decision will never come to you until you started. It will never come until the point that you started to make all those errors, all those wrong decisions. You were a very intelligent student in school. They trusted your level of intelligence. You're very good with your mathematics, with your chemistry, with your physics. You were the A student. Business is not like that. This is a different thing. So when those people are usually hate because they cannot imagine why they of all people are making the wrong decisions. It's just part of the process. Just part of the process. So you need only one decision, right one. And that one decision will wipe every tear, will clean every pain. And that one decision, before you get to that one decision that explodes, you will not be a foolish man. You'll be a wise man. Because you would have gone through so many of the foolishness that now you can see clearly. So when you start, the mistakes will come. When you start, you make a lot of errors. When you start, there will be debt, there will be difficulty, there will be challenges, there will be disagreements, there will be stress. Don't break, don't quit. All of those errors will come for your own good. Yes, I'm lying. Yes. So when you start to meet those, don't look for comfort. Keep going. Keep going. All the intelligent decision, all the intelligent business things that they write, they are not written for entrepreneurs. They are written for well-structured businesses. And usually well-structured businesses were not started by entrepreneurs who were just at the first stage. They had done a lot, become scaled, become crafted. And then they started to, all those data that they have, they are really not for everybody. They are only for those who have done it over time, that now they have a structured business. But I am talking of something that you have just started, or a business that you started out of frustration, out of hope, out of dreaming, out of ignorance, out of your craziness, out of your stubbornness. Because usually people who start business are stubborn. Everybody is saying that this is not good, but you don't hear it. There are traits for entrepreneurs. Okay, there are every one of them that you talk to, they are opposite in terms of the way they look at life. They are not looking for a lot of people to agree with what they do, be able to stand on their own and say that, okay, this is what you think, but this is how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. They are not looking for people to accept them and encourage them. If they do, it's okay, but if they don't, they keep going. So anybody that you see who started a business usually is not the one that people really like. And if you look at their background, they have not been people who have always followed rules like that. So and those are the build up for you. They build you up to a stage where the reason why you didn't quit when you made the first mistake is because it didn't hit you enough. Because all your life, that's how it is. You live opposite what others think is the best. So that's why you could go on to make the second mistake, because you were hopeful. You thought that it would work. Only thing is that the first one didn't work, and you think that the second one didn't, maybe would work, and then you go to the next stage, and maybe you started with your own money, that poultry farm, and then you lost the money. Then you went to your mother to say that, let's say I need 2,000. I think that this idea will work, but the first one didn't work. Say yes. Now I know something that I've seen that will work. Okay, then you take the 2,000, then you go and lose it. Then you call your friend and say that, Jack, as I've seen this one, I think it will work. You help me. The religious one will tell you that the Holy Spirit told me. I don't know. Then that one too didn't work. Then you went to register it with your friend somewhere too. They also, they saw the idea, it was working, and they took you out and they gave it to another person. All kind of things can come in, but keep going, because you're going through all this to get to a point there that just one idea, and then one day you're there. Somebody that you just met when you were going through all those things would meet another person. So, you see that friend of yours that we met the other time, you see the things that you were saying, I want to meet him. And then they come to meet you. The next minute, you are setting up a business. The next day, it's working. But when people see you succeeding, what they don't know is that was not the first one. That's probably the seventh one, the eighth one, the ninth one. Or the workers that you employed who left you and insulted you, went everywhere to lie and, frame you up. Or the government officials, the government institutions that came to you to threaten you and to close your office because you were not able to pay them. Or the people that you took money from who came, insulted you, threatened you with the police, all kind of things. Some of them will go to your mother, your father. When you were taking the business, when you were doing the business, nobody was around. Nobody was concerned, you and him. Now that the business is not working and they need your money and you don't have it, now they want to go everybody and disgrace you. Those things, don't be concerned. You only have to be concerned when you are deliberately cheating, lying, screwing people. When you are willingly doing those things to hurt people, then you have to be concerned. Because then you are not a good person. Then it's not going to be good for you. But when you are just trying to be the best of you, you're trying to be the best as you can, you're trying to be as honest as you can, and yet things are not going as you expect them, don't let those things stop you. There is one thing when somebody has money to start a business, and those are the ones who are giving us all the talk shows. They're encouraging us to start businesses, and they didn't start it the way you started. Some of them, they're on salary. They're encouraging us to start businesses when they have never been hungry. Get politicians encouraging us to start businesses, and they have never done it themselves. They can never even take the heat. Listen to those who have gone through the heat, gone through the stress, gone through the pain. But that's what the force is. Entrepreneurship is business. It's about your ability to endure the heat, to endure the challenges, to endure the pain, to endure the disgrace. The successes are very good. They encourage you. They make you happy. They build you up. It's fulfilling to see success. You don't want to fail every time. Nobody. I don't want to fail every time. Whenever I see little increase, those show, if I see some increase in what we do, at least they show that we have some level of intelligence. And after all, it's not that we are just stopping everything around us. It's not working. So little successes, they show up every now and then to encourage you, to make you feel that it's still doable, and that's the nature's way. So even in the period that you are making mistakes, in the period that a lot of things are dropping, you will still see some bit of green light somewhere, some hope somewhere. But a time is coming that you will see huge, explosive. But it takes a while for you to get to that stage. It takes a lot of time. So don't quit because you are going through the first stages. Just look at how you started as a person. Look at what you started with. Look at the environment that you're coming from. Look at the family. Look at the region. Look at the education that you had. Look at the impediments that you have overcome. Those are also achievements. Even though nobody may see it, you would have to see them. Look at maybe the village that you wrote the exam, you qualify, you went to school, you became the best student. Those things must encourage you, so that when you are going through the challenges, the mistakes, the errors, and everything seems like it's not working, those things that you overcame in those days should fire you up, and they should make you believe that time will come when the business will work. Because when it's not working, don't expect anybody to encourage you. Very few people will encourage you. If you get 1,000 people, there's about one or two will encourage you. So it's about 0.2% who probably will encourage you. Okay, so don't look for any encouragement because they don't even understand the processes. Most people don't understand the process, especially if you want to build a business. Most people don't understand the process. So don't worry about you not getting. Your friends will come and tell you that, listen, oh boy, go and look for a job somewhere and do. And yet it's not like you don't want to get a job. Oh. The only thing is that you didn't get it. That's why probably you started the business in the first place. You know. So don't make anybody makes you feel like you are not intelligent, you're stupid, you're stubborn, and that's why you're struggling. Don't worry about the struggles so much. Worry about what you're becoming out of those experiences. Because if you study our environment, if they gave you the statistics on business and what people have gone through to see successes in business, it took a lot of energy, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, it took a lot to overcome all those things. And the best one not to lose is your own strength, your emotions, your mindset. You have to develop a mindset that is almost like a madman, crazy. You have to have laser focus. You have to focus and believe that this one is either I win or I die. That's the kind of spirit that I think you need if you want to succeed. So you're not looking back. You're not looking to say that, let me go and do this. This is the business that I'm doing. If the business, or I've said that I want to do business. So if it's not working, I'm still finding a way to make it work because it must work. That's the kind of mindset that you need. And it's not that you're stubborn, because that is what took a lot of people to build the businesses that have employed thousands of people. You see, the people who are working there now, they don't know the kind of psyche that those guys who built that business had. If they were looking back every now and then, they would never have built those businesses that most of these guys are working there, and they're very proud. So you need that kind of focus and never feel, don't break down. And if it comes to a point where you don't have anything to eat, no food, don't let food decide your decision. If you have nowhere to sleep, don't let that one decide your decisions. Your reality should not be the physical things that you see around you, as a matter of fact, especially in a time that you're going through a lot of turbulence. Reality is the dream that you have in your spirit, the one that you see, the one that you want to become. That should become your obsession. You should be possessed by that dream of building this business. Said that if everybody can even live, you will not feel lonely because you can see that this thing is doable. Every business, every idea you see, somebody had to start for that thing to work. For that thing to work. So you need that kind of spirit. You have too many of people who, when they are doing something and they meet little challenges, then they want to quit. They want to give up. They want to go and ask God. They want to pray. They want to cast demon. They You want to say that somebody is doing them. Nobody is doing you. It's part of the process. Just be crazily focused. Just be focused. Just be obsessed. Just be. So every time that you get up, that's what you're thinking about the business. Why can we make it work? Let people say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. Because when you start to succeed, they will come around and tell you, those boys that when you were in trouble, they will not want to see you. They were even fighting and laughing at you. When you start to see some green light, when the business starts to make sense, they will come and tell you, we know that it will work. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Just focus, because it's not just unique with you. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And so don't let the fact that you don't have food to eat, don't let those things make you to give up on your dream, because those moments will come where they will test you. You don't have anywhere to sleep. Don't let that one stop you from building that business you want to build. Okay. If you don't have anybody to call as a friend, don't let that one stop you. Believe in that dream so much, and believe in yourself so much that dream will work. And it will only take one decision, just one. All these things are processing you to a point where then, because the business will work because you made a right choice somewhere. You started to see, I've been doing all these things wrong. Now this one is what is working. And you start to see. And in the meantime, look at what the things you can improve. Look at your discipline. Look at how you spend your time. Look at the time that you get up, the time that you sleep. Look at the books that you're reading, the knowledge acquisition. Look at the skills that you are developing. Look at your sales skill. Look at your personal package skill. Look at something that can always build your mind up and encourage you to become a strong quality, a champion who thinks like that. In between time, look at the kind of people you can connect with, who are as visionary as you are. People who are going somewhere. You're not going to connect with people who go from 9 to 5. They come home, they are watching football, they are drinking beer. That's their lifestyle. You don't want that. You want to build a business. After all, the business is not working, so why are you drinking beer? So those are not the people you want to surround yourself with. You want to surround yourself with people who want to achieve something. They have concern, they have a dream, they are thinking, they are not settled, they are not okay. A lot of people are very fine with little. Some of us, we are not. And so in between, that's what you want to. You want to create a network of people that you can connect and discuss and talk to. In between. When all the difficulties, because that is what happened to us. That is what happens to us. So you only need one decision to be right. And it takes a lot of effort to get to that stage where that one decision will be right. And when that one decision is right, all the mistakes that you made will be cleared by that decision, the business decision. Okay, so when we started, we made so many mistakes, and some of them, when you remember them, it's not good. But that's life. So we are not proud of them. We couldn't have been where we want to go had we not made those kind of decisions with where we were. If you're waiting to make the right decision, you never make it. It is always about doing and starting to move. It's always like that. If you look for the perfect moment, you'll never do that business. You'll never chase that dream. Okay, and some of them will come to a stage where they will eat everything that you have ever acquired. Some people are in there are people are in financial difficulties just because they started that business. They've been through a lot of depression and stress because they started that business. Keep going. You're better off than somebody who is doing nothing. Who is coaching and advising you what to do. Don't waste your time listening to people who are not doing anything. They're not doing anything, they're advising you. and tell you what to do. Meanwhile, they don't do anything. You have at least moved. Even if you made those mistakes, you moved. You challenge your thought. You challenge your doubt. You express faith and hope, and you took action. That's what successful people do. Take action. They don't just talk and analyze. So take action and develop yourself, develop your character, develop your skills, study, build yourself, become a champion in your thought and in your action, and become the kind of person that somebody else would want to have around. Become somebody who is credible, who is honest, who is passionate, who has a large heart, who has a big mind, who is energetic, who wants to go somewhere. Those are the kind of thing that you want to become. Look at how you spend your time. Don't use your time to do all kind of things. You want to build a business. And constantly be reading something or be studying. Expand your mind, expand your thought, expand your world view. Challenge yourself all the time. That business will work if you work it. That idea, that one decision will happen if you don't give up. And when it happens, you will look around and say, wow, after all, it was possible. So nobody can be defined after a while by their background. They can only be defined by the decision that they took, the endurance that they express. So don't cry. Don't be somebody who is always concerned about, I don't have what to eat, I don't have a phone, I don't have clothes. Those should inspire you. Those should inspire you. Those should build you. Those should make you a strong man. That should make you a very strong person. Because those things also build fire in you. So the one decision will come. And when it comes, you'll be happy. But if you don't start a business, you will never get to that stage where that one decision will come. And never, before you get to that decision, never let those things stop you. The mistakes, the debt, the problems, the challenges. You turn one here, it doesn't work. You turn another here, it doesn't work. You go here, it doesn't work. People say, sometimes you have to dodge. Don't worry. Keep going. And never blame anybody. Never blame anybody that you thought should have helped you. Don't. The help is you. The help is you. So don't develop that entitlement thinking that your brother somewhere should have helped you. So you become angry that he didn't help you. You thought that your father should have helped you and he didn't help you, and you become angry. This thinking will make you fail. Those who are winning, if you help them, fine. If you don't help them, they keep going. You don't know. Nobody owes them anything. That's the kind of thinking that you have. And so that you have a free heart. You're not bitter because somebody else did not help you. You are looking at how you can help a lot of people. That's the kind of psyche that you have. You're not angry because somebody else didn't introduce you or somebody else did not reply your email. It doesn't matter. Somebody else did not, make the effort to connect with you. It doesn't matter. Become so much concentrated on that which you want to build, that which you're doing, that which you're building, that it starts to. When they concentrate the sun, what happens? When you were in school and they were concentrating the sun, that lens bent. So when you concentrate your energy on that thing that you want to do, that business that you want to do, you focus, you think, you plan, you structuring, you're doing all that you can to let it work. It will burn, it will explode, it will light. Never waste your energy complaining. Never waste your energy talking about people and how they hurt you, don't worry about those. Focus about the dream and what that dream can become. That one decision, wow, it will show up. And when you show up, it will be, that's what the people call miracle. It's a magic moment. It will just, you are there, and then somebody will just give you a call, say that, listen, that is working, come, and it will explode. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for